The village of Iléṣà had known peace for many years under the reign of Ọba Adégún, a warrior king who had fought many battles to secure the land. But peace was not without a price. A curse ran through the royal bloodline, a curse that no one dared to speak of. It was said that any king who ruled beyond his ordained years would bring ruin upon the land. Ọba Adégún, blinded by his thirst for power, refused to heed the warning of the oracle. He had sat on the throne for 30 years, 10 years beyond the destined time. His chiefs pleaded with him to step down, but he would not listen. He had wealth, power, and warriors at his command. Why should he leave the throne? Then the signs began. The rivers that once flowed with freshness turned red as though soaked in blood. The skies darkened at noon, and a terrible illness spread across Iléṣà, striking both young and old. The people wailed in the streets, crying to the gods for mercy. It was then that Babalawo Ogundele, the chief priest, came to the palace. His aged eyes burned with hunger as he pointed at the king. You have defied the wills of the gods. You sit on the throne when your time is over. The curse is upon us. Ọba Adégún laughed. Curse? What curse? Do you see me sick? Do you see my warriors weak? I am the king, and no man, not even the gods, will remove me. But that night, a great storm arose. Thunder cracked across the sky, and the palace trembled. A shadowy figure appeared before the king in his chambers. The spirit, its eyes burning like fire. Ọba Adégún, your time is up. It declared in a voice that shook the very walls. Terrified, the king grabbed his sword and swung at the spirit, but his blade passed through it like hair. The spirit pointed the finger at him, and pain shot through his chest. He fell to the ground, gasping. Spare me, he cried. There is only one way to lift this curse, the spirit declared. A sacrifice. A royal blood must fall. The next morning, the king called an urgent meeting with his chiefs and warriors. He must find a way to break this curse, he said. Who among you is willing to offer himself for the kingdom? Silence. The warriors looked at each other. The chiefs turned their faces away. Who would willingly sacrifice himself? But then, Prince Olúwadàmilọlá, the king's only son, stepped forward. He was a strong and fearless young man, loved by the people. Father, I will do it, he said. No, the queen screamed, clutching her son. We will find another way. There is no other way, mother, Olúwadàmilọlá said firmly. The gods have spoken. The sacrifice was to be performed at the sacred grove of Ogun, the god of war. A great fire was lit, and the prince, dressed in white, stood before the shrine. Just as the priest raised his knife, a deafening roar shook the ground. Warriors on horseback stormed into the grove. It was the king's younger brother, Prince Adéṣínà, leading a band of rebels. This is madness, he shouted. We will not let our prince die for the sins of a stubborn king. A great battle erupted. Swords clashed, arrows flew, and men fell on both sides. The sacred grove turned into a battlefield, and the air was thick with dust and blood. Prince Olúwadàmilọlá fought bravely, his sword cutting down enemies like a possessed warrior. But even he could not fight forever. An enemy warrior struck him from behind, and he fell to the ground bleeding. Seeing his son wounded, Ọba Adégún roared in anger. With the strength of a lion, he charged into battle, cutting down his foes without mercy. But just as he turned to protect his son, an arrow struck him in the chest. The king staggered, his strength leaving him. He fell to his knees, his blood soaking the ground. The battle slowed as both sides watched in shock. With his dying breath, he reached for his son and whispered, Forgive me. As his life faded, the skies cleared. The rivers flowed clean again. The illness that had plagued Iléṣà disappeared. The curse was lifted. Prince Olúwadàmilọlá was carried back to the palace, weak but alive. With his father gone, the chiefs crowned him the new Ọba. He vowed to rule with wisdom, never letting greed or power blind him. And so, peace returned to Iléṣà. The people rejoiced, singing songs of the brave prince who had saved them all. But they never forgot the lesson of the cursed king, the danger of defying the will of the gods. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel for more interesting stories. Click on the like button and share it with your loved ones.